Kershaw to the stage. Who's got the first question for Clayton? All right, we'll start with Andy. Microphone.
Just how much did pitching the other night mess with your routine, and was it a challenge at all getting back online to be set up for today?
No, it was fine. Obviously, it was somewhat of a normal inning, which was good, and tried to, throw as few pitches as possible in the bullpen before. So obviously, intensity is different and things like that, but that's why I came here yesterday, make sure everything was good, and should be good.
Ron, microphone's behind you.
Two things. First, shorts last night, were you all cold in that bullpen work?
It's just trying to get used to it. I think, if I'm cold tomorrow or cold yesterday, then won't be as cold tomorrow.
And as you look at the way the game has evolved in the last few years, do you wonder at all if pitchers like you, starting pitchers, 20-win pitchers, will become somewhat extinct in the next 10 years?
No, people are going to need starting pitchers. I think it's a very cost-effective thing to do, obviously, to bullpen and to have a deep bullpen, because starting pitchers are more expensive and things like that. But I think us as an organization, us as a union, will have to definitely take a closer look at that if that's the way the game's going. Because I think everybody should be compensated according to what they're worth in the game. So if bullpen's going to have more value, then they're going to need to pay them more. I think that's just the bottom line. And but to answer your question, you're still going to need to get innings from your starters. You're still going to have to do that over a course of a playoff series. Absolutely, I think you can do that. You saw the Brewers do that very effectively this postseason, and but over the course of 162 games, you're going to need you guys to pitch, 6-7 innings.
I'm right in front here, Mike.
Clayton, when you look back on last year's World Series, right here?
Yeah.
When you look back on last year's World Series, what kind of recollections do you have, and what kind of impact do you think that makes in a positive way for this year?
I think it's good that we've been there. I think for our team, to get to come back after last year and get a taste of it, what it was like last year, and going to 7 games, playing the full 7, and coming that close. I think the experience can help a little bit as far as what to expect, but really other than that, not a whole lot.
And you personally?
Same thing, good experience, yeah.
And in the back on the
Not
left.
good experience, but experience.
The left center aisle, Tim.
I believe you touched on it during the NLCS, but when you think about the World Series and winning one, and the list of things you've accomplished, the list of things the team has accomplished the last 6 years, how critical of a piece is the ring, is winning it all?
It's pretty critical. It's no. I really want to win the World Series. I think that's no different than the other 50 guys in both locker rooms, though. I think it doesn't. I think the only difference maybe is that because we've gotten so close in the past, because we've gotten to go to the postseason, we're a little bit spoiled in our expectations every year with the Dodgers, which is a great thing. But realistically, you go into spring training. Every team says they want to win a World Series, but realistically, that's probably not an option for at least half the teams. So for us, when we really say it, we really mean it. When we get to go to the postseason 6 times in a row, it becomes that much more evident that we're very fortunate to be on a great team, but we're still missing that ring. And there's no secret that we want to win.
On your right, puck rows back.
Clayton, I got 2 for you. One, is it any more difficult to spin the ball in the cold?
I think, as a starting pitcher, you get pretty loose, pretty warm before the game, and then, the trick is to try and stay loose in between innings. But once you're out there and once you're loose, there's really not that much of a difference between warm or cold. Obviously, I haven't pitched in the cold very much, done it a few times, but it's, once you get loose, once you get out there, it's really not that much different.
And then secondly, is it part of your process to look across at who the opposing pitcher is, and can you appreciate at all the 2 best southpaws in the game going against each other, Game 1 of the World Series?
Chris is a very good pitcher. He was dominant this year. He's been dominant for a long time. I enjoy watching him compete. American League Park's a little different. Don't have to hit against him. It's probably wouldn't have been a great matchup for me. But I have nothing but good things to say about him and the way he competes and the way he's pitched the last few years. And I don't take much solace in the fact about the matchup or anything like that. I don't really care too much, other than I'd like them to not be as good so we could have a better chance of winning for sure.
We'll stay right there, Allison.
Clayton, throughout this postseason, of course, we've seen a lot of teams that go with the bullpenning and relying so heavily on the relievers. But this World Series is really going to be based on a lot of starting pitching, and that could really determine who wins this series. How important is it to you to be a part of that and to go deep into these games and have this as more of a traditional series?
Well, every series plays out differently. I know they made a big deal about the bullpens in our last series with the Brewers, and it ended up being that the Brewers starters threw the ball really well, and our bullpen threw the ball really well. So it really, we've got some names and some recognition, obviously, on the starting pitcher side, but other than that, just go out there and win the game. It doesn't matter if you throw 3 innings, 5 innings, 7 innings. Everybody's going to be ready. There's only 7 games left potentially, so. Try and make them count.
And the last row on your left, Gabe.
Clayton, what have you learned over the years about the toll that pitching all the way through October can take on your body, and what you might be able to do to limit that? And have you gotten, I guess, smarter and more efficient about that over the last half dozen years?
Yeah, I've gotten hurt the last few years. Really kept my innings down. It's been good. I think pitching in the World Series, you're kind of just pitching on adrenaline all the way through October anyway. So. I'm sure all of us, come November 1st, probably aren't feeling so great when the adrenaline kind of wears off. But it's kind of one big sprint this month, and then you take a little bit to regroup. But everybody's probably feeling fine right now, for sure.
And the last row on your right, Tyler.
Is this a place, you having never pitched here before, is this a place that you've always sort of hoped to pitch someday with all you've done in your career? It's kind of funny you still haven't pitched here.
I don't really think about that stuff. I think, I appreciate the history and everything that goes along with Fenway Park, but I came here, I don't know how long ago, 2000 something, and got to at least see it, got to be here, got to appreciate, the stadium and things like that. Check this one off as far as pitching tomorrow, but I don't really think about the history part of it too much, honestly.
And the right center aisle, JP.
Clayton, when you look at left field there in the short porch, do you compare it at all to maybe, pitching in Houston, the way they had the left field short porch there, and can you take anything from pitching against the Astros last year to Fenway?
No, short porches obviously in both places to left, but I don't think you can let the ballparks dictate how you pitch. I think you just have to continue to go with your game plan regardless of where you're pitching, and usually when I give up homers, they're not cheap anyway, so it probably won't matter if there's a fence there or not. That's really close, but I don't take too much. I don't look too much into the ballparks, honestly. I think it'll be good to get out there today with our team, and just so we can get a feel for it, outfield wise, positioning wise, things like that. But other than that, don't take too much stock into it.
2 more for Clayton. And there's a hand in the back. Mark.
Hey Clayton, what do you think the job Friedman has done since he came over here? He was obviously in a small market situation, had some success there, a little different situation with a payroll to work with here. How do you kind of analyze the boss's work, give him a job review?
Yeah, you can't say bad, right? I think no, Andrew's done great. It's been fun to be a part of what he's done here, and honestly, a lot of the changes you don't see on the other side of like the research and development and the minor league system and things like that. Things that he's had a big part in changing around here. But you can't argue with the results. He's put us in a great position to win every single year. He's brought in guys mid-season and the off-season, things like that. And obviously at the major league level, we don't really care about the minor league system and things like that. We just want to win now, but he's done a great job of not taking everything out of the farm system either, which I guess is important.
One last one? Nothing else? All right, Clayton, thanks so much.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.